Good afternoon, and thank you for joining today's client webinar that provides an introduction to Leap's market profile reports. My name is Daniel Williams, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Leap Media Solutions and based in Cary, North Carolina. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. Today's webinar will be recorded and posted to the leapmediasolutions.com website. The presentation should last about 20 minutes, and we encourage you to direct questions through the GoToMeeting chat window, and we will do our very best to address those at the end of the session. We want to take a brief moment to announce the first annual LEAP Summit, which will take place October 1st and 2nd in Raleigh, North Carolina. The event is specifically geared to audience and revenue managers, as well as analysts and leaders who focus on best practices in data-driven marketing, audience engagement, revenue growth, and emerging consumer revenue models. We are inviting anyone interested in sharing their success stories, and our speaker lineup will be announced later this month. We have designed this event to be affordable, with room rates as low as $114 a night, and all meals will be furnished. The program has also been scheduled over 1.5 days to minimize your time out of office, and the registration link is below, and we'll send this information to you following today's webinar. We've also recently launched a Slack page for the Leap client community, which is designed to foster dialogue and the sharing of best practices across the client community. Leap will occasionally post short videos and links to industry blogs on topics of interest, and you can request to join by going to Bully Ranch inside of Slack or shoot us a note at marketing@Leap Media Solutions for an invitation. And with that, let's get started. Today's session will cover Leap's market profile reports, which are powered by the Leap Dimensions marketing platform and provide detailed information on the characteristics, lifestyle, and shopping interest and the location of high-value customers across 16 key advertising verticals, including charitable donors, domestic and foreign travelers, fashion, fitness, furniture and decorating, home improvement projects, and several other interest categories. These web-based interactive reports have been developed by Leap as a standard service offering for our managed service clients and are delivered by way of the Tableau seats that we have provisioned for each market, which allows you to access, edit, and distribute across your organizations, or even share with your advertising partners and prospective clients as appropriate. So with that, I want to take a few minutes just to run through the Tableau application itself. So you can see the sign-in screen here, and we've actually created a phantom newspaper called the Daily Planet for us to publish these sample reports for the purpose of demonstration. So you have a tile view when you log in. You can also change this to a list view. You can sort this alphabetically so you can easily locate what you're looking for. And you can see when you hover over these profile reports, they do have descriptions that explain a little bit about what the contents of the market profile reports. And hopefully this finds useful as you're navigating through it. For the purpose of this demonstration, we'll focus on the market profile reports for those customers who have an interest in home improvement projects. And so when you open that, you'll see there are 29 distinct views that comprise the dashboard, and this particular dashboard shows some of the key interest categories that we've identified. So you can see that subscribers versus non-subscribers, high-value customers is identified by Leap's targeted growth model segmentation, which essentially says that there are 11,563 high-value customers who have an interest in home improvement projects, other categories, household income, etc. This shows a map of subscribers versus non-subscribers, again, for those households interested in home improvement projects. So let's say, for example, you have a new store, a new business that's opening, and they're interested, and you're involved in a discussion around their media buy in advance of their store opening. And so they want to understand or identify the customers within a 10-mile radius of their store, for example, who have an interest in home improvement projects. It's very easy to make this selection inside the application. As you can see, it's drag and drop, make your selection, keep only those records within the radius. You see there are about 12,500. If you want to produce a PDF report, which includes all of the sheets in the workbook, it's very easy to do. You can format it, simply hit the download button, and it quickly produces a PDF that you can distribute in your organization or, again, to the advertiser. So as this is going through, you can see the interface with your email service provider. Send that to myself. it's off and it's in my inbox. Close out of this, and now if we want to go in and look at a graph and download the raw data. So even though this is presented in graphical format, we can go to a cross tab, generate the cross tab, and then we'll have an Excel file waiting for us in our download box that we can open up and work with that data or export it to an application of your choice. Okay, so with that, you can go back and look at the main folder, and again, you'll see the array of reports that are available to you. If you want to go back to the list view, you see everything sorted, and all of these, the contents of these reports are very similar to the home improvement project, except the categories will be relevant to that particular category. Okay, so moving on. Since many of you are new to the LEAP relationship or perhaps have limited familiarity with the LEAP Dimensions platform, I wanted to spend just a few minutes providing a high-level overview of this strategic database asset that you now have in place. So what is LEAP Dimensions? It is an enterprise marketing automation and analytics platform that integrates all of your first-party online and offline data, which LEAP then enriches with third-party demographics and lifestyle data through our partnership relationship with Acxiom to achieve a holistic single customer view of your individual customer relationships. And within this environment, we are able to perform a variety of analytics, modeling, and scoring techniques to create audience segments that can be identified, targeted, and monetized in a variety of ways using a multi-channel approach. The other key feature is that LEAP Dimensions has been designed and deployed in a way to support open integration with a variety of best-in-class technology and R&D partners, many of whom we work with today, including organizations that you're familiar with or perhaps working with like Second Street Media, Mather Economics, C-Sense, BlueConic, and others. So your organization has invested in a solution that supports your business objectives, including the ability to apply data analytics, modeling, and segmentation to identify your highest value customers and potential customers. And in the process, we focus on ways to optimize marketing investments to maximize things like audience engagement and monetization. When LEAP began our business nearly 5 years ago, the overwhelming majority of our focus was on the audience development needs of our clients, and the LEAP Dimensions platform has been leveraged to address these opportunities. But in the same way that your audience divisions are applying these approaches to support your business requirements, you also have the ability to parlay this to support your local advertising partners by leveraging these very same capabilities. And so that's the focus of today's presentation and a major focus or emphasis at LEAP going forward. I want to talk about the targeted growth model as a concept. This is something that we've developed and we've been working with for several years now. And it's a simple premise that says the high opportunity customers can be identified, scored, and targeted based on a variety of meaningful criteria, including geographic distribution, demographics and psychographics information, transactional behavior and purchase propensity, channel preferences and brand engagement, all associated to the customer relationships that either you have today or potentially customers that you've had in the past, or maybe you've never had any relationship with, but because of the characteristics that they share in common with your best customers, we can identify those folks. And in doing so, that allows you to allocate your resource investments toward those segments that demonstrate maximum potential for growth and profitability. And so what this does on the advertising side is it introduces a solutions-based needs assessment, needs fulfillment approach to your sales. A recent study conducted by Dun & Bradstreet asked a range of US-based retailers of varying sizes to what degree they are leveraging analytical models for their marketing initiatives today. And among the top responses included the ability to target, to drive retention, to perform look-alike modeling, and a level of message personalization as important factors to their advertising and marketing initiatives. But many of these businesses lack the tools, database, and resources to actually analyze, identify, and reach those high-value potential customers who share characteristics in common with their best existing customers. And we believe that because each of you have invested in these capabilities through LEAP to support your own business needs, that you're actually well positioned to address these same opportunities among your local small to medium-sized business and merchant community that comprise your customer base. So to briefly describe the integration of your data assets into a consolidated data repository, it's helpful to think of this as a hub and spoke model. We begin by building a total address universe that includes every household in your market. And within those households, we connect your subscriber relationships, past or present, including transactional data associated to those customers over the history of their relationship. But this really provides a one-dimensional and limited view of these customer relationships. So we'll refer to Mary Smith as a typical customer as we move through the connection of disparate data sources to build an authoritative view of her complete relationship with your news brand. We start by appending over 100 demographic and lifestyle variables to every household in the market, and this provides detailed information on the characteristics and attributes of Mary Smith beyond the information that we already know, or perhaps have never known about her as a potential customer. Because Leap Dimensions follows a two-key model in its database design, we can then ingest a variety of online or digital source data, including email, in order to determine that Mary Smith, who has registered on GoErie.com to activate her premium digital access, is the same Mary Smith who lives at 120 Amber Lane and is associated to a subscription record at that address. Taking this a step further, through the seamless integration of e-newsletter registrations, contest and promotional data, such as from Second Street, and e-commerce or events data allows us to build a complete view of Mary Smith. So through this process, we have successfully transformed her from a stew of disaggregated raw data into a strategic view of Mary as a customer asset, which provides you numerous ways to monetize her relationship. And it is all because of your relationship with her and the vast amounts of online, offline, first and third party data that you compile. But there is another benefit that Leap clients are beginning to capitalize on, and that is your ability to incorporate your advertisers' client customer data into the platform to conduct the same transformational process to help them understand the characteristics of their customers and use these insights to identify and target high-value potential customers who share characteristics in common with Mary or those like her. So for this exercise, we'll focus on a custom profile report that we built for a home improvement store. Now, this is actually live customer data for a home improvement store in one of our client markets, and they provided their data that we were able to ingest and then provide back to them a custom market profile report of their home improvement customers. So you can see the mapping functionality, the customers by project type, looking at by payment method, cash versus finance, the distribution. And you can see that a large number of these folks are paying in cash. If you look by lender, if you go by, look at these customers by subscription status, you can see that their customers are 2 times more likely to be subscribers to the local newspaper, which means that our customers are their customers, and that's an effective way for them to market their products and services. Because we have access to that audience, you can see that we have emails on file for 20,000 roughly of those households, and they index at 2 times. Looking at this is interesting because it looks at the distribution of projects by month, and you can see in the first quarter of each year, they have a large number of projects that come through, and presumably that's because of tax refunds, but at any rate, that could be helpful in the media planning discussions that you have with them. Moving on to the high value segments, again, using the Leap targeted growth model, you can see that 50% of their customers fall into Leap's high value audience segment. So we have the ability to identify and reach those customers, and you can see that 15,403 high value customers we have email on file for. And so that becomes a marketable universe that you can deliver on behalf of that advertiser. Moving on to some of the interest categories from Axiom, you can see that those households that are interested in home improvement projects are 2.5 times more likely, based upon their category index, to be customers of this business. And more importantly, you can see that there are 6,516 of those for whom we have email, and another 13,000 that we don't have email for, but we know to be interested in home improvement projects that are not currently customers of this business, but certainly are people that they would want to develop a relationship with. And like we showed in the prior example, you can easily produce a PDF, output that report, share it internally, or distribute this and review this with the advertiser as part of your media planning discussions. So, in summary, some resources that we're providing today. Obviously, the standard market profile reports have been published and are now available in your Tableau accounts. There are 16 standard market profile reports based upon those key advertising verticals that we've identified. We can also provide custom advertiser profile reports, and those are available through our support ticketing system, such as the example that I just showed of the local home improvement store that wanted to provide their customer data to us so that we can incorporate it into the Leap Dimensions platform and provide back to them a target market analysis of their customers and also the high value potential customers that exist in the market, in or around their store, whatever the case might be. Something that we've done recently over I'd say the past 6 or 7 months is we've done this for several of our clients, and those are advertiser workshops where we come in and spend 2 days on site. There's about 6 or 8 weeks of advanced planning so that we can work with your sales leadership in identifying some of the opportunities that exist in the market. We can do some initial discovery to really make those 2 days on site highly beneficial in terms of not only training the internal sales team, but also what we do on the second day is we conduct advertiser workshops. And these are by invitation where they invite some of their key accounts to come in and we walk through the methodology. We share some successful use cases in other markets. And ultimately, this has been very effective in generating opportunities for the advertising department. And of course, our account services team is always available to assist with questions, or you can certainly direct those questions to my attention, and I'll do my very best to get back with you. And we're always happy to schedule some phone calls or time to connect and sort of understand better about what you're looking to do and how our solutions can support that. So with that, I'll pause to ask for any questions, and I'll check the dialog box.